broadcast is out.
Mm-hmm. I'll just wait till it like actually throws us in to officially get going. Give people a second to join up. There we go. There's the stream.
All right.
I'm gonna test to make sure your mic's working real quick after this ad's over.
All right. Yeah, it is.
Cool. Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Season 11, Round 3 here at C.O.T.A. Today will be a pretty wet one. We'll be
Is it
having,
supposed to rain in the race too?
yep, it's gonna be
Oh, these
wet
boys are gonna
going
have
to,
some trouble.
it's gonna be wet going to inters for the quali, and then inters going to wets for the race. But I am your host for this evening, Cam Tizzle, alongside Ekaz Saint. Um, You're probably not used to hearing our voices here for AM2, as Andy and Kitten are usually our comms for AM2, but due to recent events, they will no longer be commentating for AM2, and we wish them the best in their future endeavors.
Bro,
But
hit him with the WWE.
let me see my notes. I had some notes here. What do I got?
These drivers are on full wet tires on going for their warm-up lap. Do you think we'll see inters, or do you think it's gonna stay this wet for the whole session?
It's supposed to go to enters.
Interesting.
But last week's penalties right here. Let me see. Um, so last week, Chewy, he got a 5-second penalty, 1 penalty point, and a penalty point for no footage. Orlando got a 5-second penalty and 1 penalty point.
As of
Actually,
now,
nope.
every driver is on wets. I wonder how long it'll be, and I wonder who's gonna be the first person to try inters.
It'd be interesting to see. But
Red Bull.
1 second. What was it? Orlando got a dangerous driving reprimand. Red Mask got 5 seconds plus 1 penalty point, and gets another one for no footage, I think. So if I'm reading it right. And I think that's about it. I'm not too sure exactly how that affected the standings.
Texas is the
To
first
keep
one to start
score.
a lap here. Oh, and he almost spun it starting the lap. These drivers power down into turn one. Texas keeps it pretty clean, as we have the Ferrari cheese head starting the lap over the McLaren BBR.
Texas didn't really keep it too tight into the first part.
Looks like he's playing it a little bit safe right now, as
Yeah,
most drivers are.
these laps aren't going to really matter too much with the changing conditions that we'll have. So these whatever laps they set right now are probably not going to hold and whatnot. But I guess you get a good banker lap in case you crash out or something.
Is the race supposed to be in these similar type of conditions?
Enters two wets.
Interesting. So they might be getting some practice in for later in the race.
Mm. Yeah, Texas still on a lap. I feel like we mentioned he was started a while ago.
Well, and the rain is going to take upwards almost 2 minutes per lap, right?
Yeah, it's true. Cause yeah,
Yellow
if it was dry
flag.
conditions, he'd be finishing his lap right about now. But
Texas is going to set the first lap, so we'll see how everyone compares to him.
yeah, well,
Looked like a pretty nice steady lap as we have a yellow flag. Looks like an Aston Martin.
yeah, I'll go check on that in a second. Just gonna see what Texas does across the
Aston
line at
Martin and
152.
I
All right,
Exotic.
so that's our
Needs to
base
be
for
sure.
now.
Exotic has no front wing.
Oh, lovely.
He said BBR are destroying them. I'm curious if he went for more downforce to help out in qualifying, or if he's just adjusting quicker.
Yeah, the rest of the guys maybe weren't going full throttle. Maybe he's just better. I don't know.
I mean, I know I wouldn't be going full throttle right now.
Max for the voices. I am Cam Tizzle, and we have Ecos Saint. Andy and Kitten will no longer be commentating here at AM2.
I'm formerly known as Racing Fan. As the Bergie sets a purple sector too. Pretty good lap. I think it's interesting that these guys are still running mostly on the racing line. You'd think they'd have a little bit of an attempt to try to get more stability into the braking zones.
Right.
Running a little bit off and braking in. Although I'm not sure how much of that matters with the ABS. I'm assuming most of these guys run.
Right. Tim Ann's starting a lap here.
Bergie's had a decent lap coming across. He will go P4. Look like he went left.
P2. Red Bull, McLaren 1-2 at the moment.
Gotta ask him.
And an Alpine 3-4. Alright, so I guess Tim Ann's the only one on the lap.
How would you be reacting to these conditions? What would your lap be like? Would you take it very conservative? Would you try to push?
Oh, I'm probably just chilling. I mean, like I said, these lap times aren't really going to matter near the end of the session, like the last 5 minutes. So I expect the best times to come out, guys throwing on inters and whatnot.
Texas had an invalid 152, showing that he might just not have the speed of some of these guys in the wets. As BBR is the first one to dip under the 50 mark, going to 149.7. Across the line, E. Warren goes 9th fastest. Bergie goes 5th. Yeah, I think Bergie went 5th.
I wonder if some of these guys put enough fuel in for multiple laps, or if they're
That's what I would do here. I'd put in probably 4 or 5 laps of fuel and just run it. Try to get some, because your best lap time is probably going to come around lap 3. That's the right mix of low fuel and getting used to the track.
Right.
Secure the perks coming around the final corner on his lap. Doesn't look to have been the greatest. Around 154. I wonder if that was a. Curious if that was a cooldown lap.
Yeah, maybe he just made a mistake at one point and then just decided to bail out on the lap. Tin Man around the final corner set his first time.
Tin Man puts up his
12th.
12th fastest. Now I'm curious looking at some of these guys like Wing It down there. If they think it's going to get to the intermediates, I understand why they might not think it's worth going out for a run right now.
Yeah, Wingett has inters selected, but he has not left the pits yet at all. So I think he's just waiting towards the tail end.
That's nice to see.
DK? Yeah, he's been here.
I didn't know that. I remember him leaving when I was in AM2 at the year.
Tim Ann's up 3.5 tenths right now. Wonder
I'm a
if
little
he's,
bit surprised to not see exotics on an outlap. Express in the garage. Tin Man is up 3.5 tenths. He's kind of going. Check on his AlphaTauri teammate here.
Oh, and Tin Man's running the
Texas
fish.
Is up 1.5 seconds.
The fish helmet.
Oh, but he's pitting. I wonder if he didn't have enough fuel. Oh, and Texas has hit the wall.
Ooh, where at?
Coming into the pits, he
Oh,
missed
boy.
the pit entry. That's gonna cost him some time. We've got a McLaren coming around. Finish his lap.
Ricardo says not much standing water might be worth going out on inters to test the grip. Yep, for sure. I don't disagree with that.
Lap time's picking up, but it won't be long before enters. I expect probably at the 6-minute mark.
Right, because it's just gonna cost. The track is constantly getting faster at the moment.
Perks might go fastest. It does. Shows the track's picking up pace. I'm not sure if it's time for enters yet, but I'm pretty confident it will be before the end of the session.
Chase is starting a lap. Tin Man's coming around the final corner. He's up a few tenths.
Roughly 3 tenths.
I think some of these guys should definitely hop into the pits at some point and try to throw on some inters, that's what I would definitely do, and maybe put a couple laps of fuel in and whatnot, so that way you could just stay out the whole time, unless you want to go out with like the last few minutes on fresh tires. Up to you.
The thing about this though, you don't want to. If we're starting the race on inners, you want to make sure you have enough time.
Right.
Because if I'm them right now, I'd wait till about the 6.5 minute mark, go out, run a lap or two on intermediate tires, pit in, get a new set, come out and try to push lap.
Exotic and DK are the only two at the moment that are on
Texas
a
is
lap
on
at the
inners.
moment. Yeah, well,
Texas
DK and Exotic are the only ones that have started a lap on inters, and DK will have the first inter run complete.
I'm gonna watch
With
him,
Exotic.
see what his steps look like.
Yeah, go ahead and check on that one and watch Exotic.
DK is holding it. He's actually invalidated his lap, but I'm curious to see what the lap time will be.
Mm.
Doesn't look too quick. I'm not sure.
It might not be the best time for it yet. I think maybe
I would have
near the
waited
end.
a little longer. Although these guys mostly have the advantage of traction control.
And they could still make it back into the pits.
Yeah, DK is going to be probably 4 seconds slower on this lap.
Yeah,
than
maybe
the
it's
one.
not time yet. Oh,
It's
and
not.
Exotic, he's drifting. Tokyo drifting it around the triple right-hander.
Is he on inners? He is. I don't think it's ready yet.
Yeah, probably not. But most other people are trying it. Think so.
Watching
Then
Texas, he's looking like he's keeping it pretty stable. He's on an out lap, so he's probably not pushing too hard.
go with Deathstorm here. I think he's about to start a lap.
Go to Deathstorm. Perks retired. Perks looks like he crashed going through the S's.
Oh well.
It won't let me go to him. That's what it looks like.
Let's see what Deathstorm can do here on these inters. Let's see what his sector times are like.
That's gonna really mess up Perks considering we're going to inners.
Right.
It's probably gonna start to back the pack.
Yeah, it depends on how much the track develops and how many guys are able to capitalize on that.
Deathstorm keeping it pretty tidy right now.
Up
7/10 quicker.
Right,
I think it's time. That's a purple sector 1.
Ooh.
Crossover points now.
Oh boy, he got a little loose.
Oh,
They kept it together. Let's see how much that
Did not
affects his
validate the
sector
lap.
time. BK, Deathstorm, Wet Weather Master.
They have a Haas. Looks like it's struggling. Schultz. Warren's improving his lap time.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see what Deathstorm's second sector time is like to see how much that mistake affected. Oh, he's up. Yeah, basically 2 seconds. Oh yeah, it is time.
DK with a 147.1.
Man, I wish I didn't sleep on that one. Yeah, Warren's
I'm
currently
curious.
up 8/10. He's about to cross the second sector line, so we'll see what he's got.
I think this may be a factor of whoever's the last to go is going to get pole.
For sure. Oh my
The
gosh,
track-
and Warren's up 3 seconds. This is going to be...
That
I
was
think,
Texas. Watching Texas go through right now. He's kept a very tidy lap. 145.9. Express is there. Oh, we have a Williams around.
Thankfully he's out of the way. Texas will go across the line, then Warren's just right behind him, so we'll get two good times here in a second. Looks like we got a McLaren, probably the
Texas
Express.
will come across and go P2.
P2.
146.9. Warren goes P4.
Where's that McLaren?
I'm curious how much of that is proper speed and how much is that
P2.
they just have a drier track. Gravy's a second and a half up. Or Garvey. Gravy. Dream goes P2.
Oh, Wingett looks like he's out. He's coming around. Let's see what Wingett does. P3. P3 for Wingett.
Nice.
I'm going to need
He's
Wingett to improve on his time so we don't have those digits.
Chase is coming down to finish the lap, but he invalidated. Berge is coming around to start a lap. Looked like he used that as a cooldown lap. If I'm some of these guys, I'm a little bit worried about doing another lap.
Hopefully some of them put enough fuel and then just keep going around and around and around.
Maybe.
Ricardo, yeah, these guys probably definitely use ABS. That's probably why he's in first gear.
Yeah, this is the AM2 tier. Well, I guess it won't count this week, but most weeks you got the AM1 tier, which doesn't use assist.
Or do you have a whole second in the first sector?
Like, right now I'm watching Texas, and there's like 2 minutes and 50 seconds or something like that. He's on a lap right now. If I'm him, I'm not finishing it. I'm diving into the pits, getting a new set of tires. But
That
and
looks
he
to be what he's doing.
will do that. Let's see if he has the move though, because I don't think too many people are going to follow him behind him that will still have significant time.
Looks like Warren's starting the lap. Scholes, let's see what Scholes does here as he comes around to the end of his lap.
Garvey sets a new fastest time. I'm watching Exotic, he has an invalid lap. 10 minutes on out lap.
I think Chase is
Harris
on a lap.
Plex is 2.5
Scholes
seconds
up
up.
to P5. I think
Harris Plex jumps from P16 to P11.
Maddie P4.
E Warren's in sector 1, a 10th up.
I think we have some Ferraris coming around for their laps. See what happens to them while I'm on board with Chase. Yep, Chase head up to
DK
P6.
roughly 2.5 tenths up. It's interesting to see some of these lines because some of these guys are pushing more and they're running a little bit wide, risking the invalidation.
Right.
Versus I see someone like DK who backs the corner up more, doesn't go as wide, but I think he could still get stronger throttle.
Exotic's on his first time lap. We'll see what he is able to do here.
DK goes
looks like he
P3.
invalidated.
Let's hope he has enough time to get back around.
Deathstorm coming around. Finishes.
Speaking of having enough time to get back around, Texas is going out right now. He won't have enough time, and he's crashed into a wall.
I wonder if he purposely did that to not burn those tires or something.
Not
Deathstorm
sure if he's
improved,
in
but
the middle of
didn't
the track right
improve his
now.
position. Oh my goodness. Deathstorm barely avoided him.
I don't know what happened. He wasn't going to... I'm going to hope that was a game glitch and that wasn't just... He's not just...
Yeah, that's a interesting spot to crash. So
B. Schultz is on a lap. He might come wreck around and have another lap to go.
Chewy's on a lap right now. See if he could beat his teammate Garvey. Oh no, I think Chewy's actually about to start a lap here in a second as he comes around.
Dream's in the pit, so he's done.
Wingett's on a lap. He's up 2/10. Yeah, with 2/10, Wingett might find himself in the top 5.
Maybe.
Maybe even a little bit better if he keeps improving.
Tin Man up 4.5 tenths in his lap. He's gonna need a huge improvement to get anything competitive. We have a yellow flag. Looks like Exotic. Chase is 3 seconds up on his lap, and he goes P3. 5 seconds actually.
Wingett across the line. P5 for the Wingett.
Watching MVD Chewy. He's currently 10.5 up to sector 1. Let's see if he has anything for his teammates' time. It's in the purple sector 1. Can he keep it nice and tidy? He does.
Maddie's up 6/10. So Maddie, I think. Oh, yeah, no, that'll only put him. Actually, yeah, that'll be still a really good time. He might find himself top 3.
The McLaren's having a run right now. See if he can keep it tidy through the end of the second sector and the third sector.
Alright, coming around the final
DK's
corner.
in the pits, that'll be the end of his. He's only a 10th up. He's going to need a huge improvement in the third sector to beat the full time. Maddie goes P2. Now the McLaren of Chewy is on his pace to beat the P2 time. I don't think he's going to touch P1 without a significant improvement here.
Right.
Just got Harris Plex, B Shoals, Cheesehead.
He might still find on himself on the front row with his teammate, though.
The battle for pole's on right now, though, as he goes through the final corner.
P2.
Second.
Chewy.
Just under a tenth off of his teammate.
She said so on a lap. Actually, I don't think that's a competitive lap.
Qualifying's over with
qualifying
McLaren lockout in the front row.
So with that being said, we have BBR Garvey and his teammate Chewy on front row for the McLarens, followed by Matty Robbo. Chase in fourth, DK, our military vet, in fifth place. Wing It in sixth, Dream seventh, Scholes eighth, Cheesehead ninth, Warren 10th, Texas 11th, Bergie 12th, Harris 13th, Express 14th, and the game is not letting me scroll down. That'd be nice. There we go.
Deathstorm's in 15th, Tin Man in 16th. Perks, who crashed out in 17th, and then the Aston Martins are 18th and 19th. Neither one of them set a lap. I'll tell you, I am interested to see what happens to Perks, because he was on pace to fight for the pole when he crashed out on the wets. He's going to be fun to watch come from the back.
Right. And Orlando did have a qualifying ban, I think, by the way.
Oh, did he?
Didn't set a lap. I don't know about it, but Exotic is, yeah, unfortunately, probably just invalidated and whatnot. But I will be right back here in a sec. I'll let you handle this for the next, 30 seconds.
Fun. Just leave me alone here. Getting hyped for a race at C.O.T.A today. Expected to start on intermediate conditions, but the weather's always unexpected. See what's going to happen here. It's always so fun seeing these AM2 drivers go up on the grid, knowing you'll see some of them in AM1. Especially with the recent changes and considering of changes to the rules, possibly allowing assists, I would expect to see a number of these guys jump up if that happens. As we just wait to get ready for the grid for C.O.T.A. I'm interested to see what they'll do on the... Well, I don't think it matters what they do on the formation lap. I wonder some of the strategies try to warm up these tires in the wet. It'd be really nice if I had a partner here to, give me some... talk to some of his strategies.
Alrighty.
But the McLarens looked dominant in qualifying with a 1-2. Interested to see how they turn that into race pace, if they can. And I'm wondering if some of these guys in the second, third row get desperate enough to make a dive in, try to take the lead into turn one, knowing they might not get it back if they let the McLarens get out.
Right. Be interesting also to see just how many spots Secure is able to get.
Perks, I know him. He's an aggressive driver. He's going to get as many as he can. Let's hope he can keep it clean while he does it. I was talking through, how aggressive do you want to try to warm up your tires in this cold? So right now they're checking.
A little bit, but not enough to spin and maybe flat spot them a little bit. If that's even a mechanic in this game.
I wouldn't want to put any tire wear on these. But say you're Wing It in 6th, DK in 5th with a really good start. If the McLarens get a bad one, can change your race right there, put you in winning position on lap 1. Although you have to be careful, because as the famous saying goes, you can't win it on lap 1, but you can certainly lose it.
Right. I wanted to have the little flute F1 theme going on in the background, but I don't have time to pull it up. The tried and true flute.
Let me set all this up.
Oh, and there's a cheese head around.
Really aggressive strategy to warm up those tires.
Oh yeah.
Deathstorm starting P15. What's your prediction for the race? Who do you think is going to have an impressive showing?
I think it's tough. I'm really interested to see how Scholes does since this is his first AM2 race. I think Wing It might still find himself in the top 3, knowing Wing It. But in terms of a prediction, I mean, I don't know what to say. There's so many people that could find themselves up there, and especially with these wet conditions, it makes it really hard to judge.
Well,
oh yeah.
Not sure if this is much as a prediction as what's expected, but I think Perks is going to be the most fun to watch today, coming from 17th.
Could be.
You think he's higher or lower than P13 coming out turn 1?
Lower. I think they might like the. I think the pack might just be a little crazy off the start. Honestly, it's kind of hard to say what it'll be like. We'll have to wait and see.
I hope we don't see a turn 1 crash. We want all these guys to have their moment to shine.
Oh yeah, BK's got his eyes on B Shoals. I'll probably start with him, so that way we have like a little bit of view of the front and see what it's like in the back.
Start from the very back.
Yeah, you ride with Perks, I'll ride with Shoals. We got 5 red lights. And away we go here at the US Grand Prix. Wait.
Are you getting ready? Chase is a drive-through from P4.
There was a glitch on my end. The lights went out, but all the cars didn't. Except for Chase.
Oh,
looks nice and tidy. Looks nice and tidy. We got a car, we'll go wide.
Perks seems to lose a spot. Dream has jumped one of the McLarens.
Secure the Perks is still not in 13th yet.
Texas and Harris are fighting. Looks like he took it more conservative. Vandy was to the outside. It was going to be tough for him to make a move without someone on the inside messing up.
Harrison Express duking it out early on.
And down. Oh, we have a spinner. Ferrari.
Oh, who's that? That's Bergie.
Bergie.
Oh, at least he's not out. That's a virtual safety car.
Yeah, see, this gives us a chance to calm down. Look at this.
Oh, these guys don't know where to go. I think a bunch of people got a bunch of illegal overtakes because of Bergie.
Oh, God.
More bad luck for 10 man. I did not.
Death Storm ignoring yellow flag. 5-second penalty.
Oh, no. I need to see if 10 man still has a wing. It's there, but it is intact. It looks to be so. It looks like he might have just gotten bullied and maybe just played it careful off the start, did not get caught up in anything early on to lose those spots.
Texas is at risk from being under attack from E. Warren, who's right
back underway.
Perk seems to be having a slow start.
Yeah, he's got to sort his way through the field in these treacherous conditions. He's not going to be able to pass as aggressively as he probably would like to.
AM NASCAR standout, secure the Perkses.
We gained a spot. Oh, Chase is in the pits. I guess he's got damage.
No, he was serving that drive-through penalty.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah. Looks like VBR Garvey here. He's already almost got 2-second gap on his competitor behind him.
Garvey looks pretty good right now.
Yeah, the top 4 is pretty split. DK's still somewhat within touch with Maddie.
From 8th to 12th is pretty close. Be interesting to see what happens through there.
Position changes here. So our winners, big winners on the first lap would be Express and Exotic up 6 positions. Dream up 5 in the P2. And definitely our biggest loser would be Chase, but not counting Chase would be Bergie and pretty much that. And B Shoals down 5 positions. He's probably just taking it easy. Doesn't want to get in a crash in his first showing.
Perk's getting a run up on Death Stormy. He is using the ERS. A little treacherous in the rain. I don't think he'll quite be close enough this time to make a move.
Oh, we got Texas making his way past Harris. Instead of move down the inside into the hairpin.
Well, you got about a 1.5-second gap though.
These camera angles are not the best. Sector 3 red flag. That's DK.
That's DK.
I think he spun. Unless he got clipped going into there.
This
He's got a ring, it looks like.
Endurance, man. It's gonna be so difficult not to spin in these treacherous conditions.
Right.
Look at the gap for close to B Shoals. He's pretty close to Exotic. Exotic making some moves. He was towards last to start with.
Right. Wonder if a 10 man got checked up or something, because He's kind of off the pace at the moment, but he didn't have
For sure.
damage. He didn't suffer any crazy damage at the
This
start.
is an interesting view from Perk's perspective. You have 4 cars kind of jumbled up in front of him. Should we see what happens here?
Oh yeah, Exotic's right on the back of Warren as he has a little bit of a moment going through that little right-hander.
Scholes is looking to take advantage though. He warned 3-second time penalty.
And I expect to see at least a few of them by the end of the race, just due to the nature of the track, through the S's.
Sure. Texas looks to be closing in on Express. I'll tell you, from my experience driving with Texas, we have a yellow flag
sector 2. That is
like
Chase.
They're Chase. Texas is pretty good in the wet weather driving. I wouldn't be surprised to see him get a good finish today.
Oh, I think somebody sent a move on Secure Perks. That was Orlando.
I can tell Perks is getting kind of jittery. He's closing up the Death Storm. He's getting like pop by Orlando.
Yeah, this is a nice little pack of cars here.
I'll tell you what, if the driver at the front makes a mistake though,
Right.
that'll
Yeah,
get you like 20.
no ghosting here. Ooh, and Exotic and Warren, they were side by side for a moment.
DK, looks like DK's around again. Wing it with the fastest lap. P5.
Yeah, he's definitely got that clean air looking to get back up there and keep his championship streak going.
There's a group of 6 cars in a line, I believe, led by Texas. Or it's probably Harris. Pretty interesting seeing these lines these guys do. It looks like we have 4th place Maddie closing up on 3rd place.
Exotic, oh my gosh, he was maybe giving Warren a little bit of a bump going into those S's.
You can't do that. Secure the brakes with a 3-second penalty.
With the tiniest of bumps. He was right on his gearbox.
Maddie's going for P3. Gonna get him pretty easily down the straight. Oh, he's fighting him. And looks like the McLaren gives up the spot. Doesn't look like he wants to fight too early in this race.
Yeah, he's not gonna probably send a move too early on yet. No need to rush it.
Texas is checked out.
Shoals on Exotic into the hairpin.
We'll see how that stacks up. See how that stacks him up. As Perks goes for a move on Deathstorm, he's gonna get him.
Yeah, he's got. Oh, Deathstorm almost pit secure. It was close. He might have made contact.
Back and forth, side by side through the turn, the stadium section.
Good driver for both. Exotic's gonna have the inside here.
If I'm Scholes, I'm giving that up. No use in fighting that.
Right. Although maybe if it's me, maybe I'm trying to hang it around the outside still, just so I can have the inside for this corner.
Oh, Exotic's drifting off the corner. Perks is in to the pits. I wonder what kind of strategy this is. Might have damage. Wonder if he got it in the fight with Deathstorm.
Maybe he's not liking these conditions, but maybe it'd be interesting to see if he's coming in for. We'll see if he's.
It is interesting.
He's throwing on wets. He's throwing on wets. He's not changing a wing.
Is he?
He's so secure the perks is the first man.
I was gonna point out the lap times aren't improving. Getting wetter.
Yeah, I've not even been. I haven't looked at lap times. I need to change. I need to put that on.
Let's see who. I wonder who's gonna follow him in. If I'm Dream right now, I'm diving in, just seeing if you can get on the right tire before Garvey does.
Right. Looks like for the most part, most everybody is kind of gained positions off their starting grid slot. If you're looking at that.
Look at this, Matty seems to have good pace on these inners. He's closing up to Dream for P2. Chase with a 3-second time penalty. I'm gonna take a look at how the Perks is handling these wets.
Yeah, keep an eye on that for me. See how his lap times go, or his sector times. Ooh, Deathstorm and Orlando, they're trading spots into the hairpin.
I'm not sure it was time yet for wets. I think we're 2 or 3 laps out.
We got a few Shoal supporters in the chat.
He
Oh,
won't make
Deathstorm
the
making the
move.
move into the left-hander. That might have been a
The
little.
leader's in.
Deathstorm took that a little too hot, but
Looks like
made it
everyone's
work.
coming in. I guess it is. I guess they all think it's time for wets. They probably know better than we do. They're out on
Oh,
track.
oh, that or Mark who's telling them what to do.
It's fair.
Yeah, everybody's diving in.
Warren does look pretty
Except
comfortable.
Shoals. Shoals is staying out. Let's see what the. I'm gonna keep the tire.
I don't hate that move. I think you could stay out of lap, and it would probably benefit you.
Yeah, could be good.
Because these tires still look really, really slick. Oh, hold on. Maddie is in 3 seconds slower. I may be completely wrong here.
Hmm. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see Shoals. Yeah, he's staying out. He's feeling good on these tires. We'll see what his sector time is like through here.
I'm watching it. I'm seeing Garvey. Just look like he has more grip.
Shoals is sector time plus 4/10. So I mean, it's not the worst.
Maddie might be having a rough sector. These guys look to have pretty good grip on the wets, though.
Yeah, Deathstorm served his 5-second penalty. Oh, and Deathstorm and Orlando going at it into the S's. Deathstorm almost got spun out going into the first left-hand kink.
Maddie's about 2.5 seconds slower than his quickest. I think he's in. Deathstorm.
Harrison, Exotic. Oh my gosh, looks like someone got run off the track.
I mean, Maddie doesn't look that
Oh,
bad.
secure the perk. He might secure the perks. Might make 2 overtakes right here. I think he's gonna send it. Yep, he's sending it. Does he get the car slowed down enough? Yes, he does.
Maddie, and I'm assuming she was gonna follow him in.
That is 2 spots for secure up at P12. We'll take a look at penalties here, though.
The fight's gonna be to see if Wingit comes out P2. See if the wets really were that strong. On the front stretch, they're coming out of pit road. They're gonna have a little bit of a adjustment time.
Then we'll see what Cheesehead makes it out in front of these guys.
Wingit's up on the podium now. Do you think they can stretch these tires to the end?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it should work.
Wing it up to P3.
The wet tires don't seem to degrade as much as the dry tires, for sure. Oh, and Chase has a moment coming out of the hairpin at the.
He's still on 8 inners.
I think Express.
Looks like BK. That guy.
I think Express might be able to, definitely get this position from Chase here in a moment. So probably stay on board for this. Yo, flags. I don't know what that is.
Texas closing in on Cheesehead.
Might have been I Exotic.
Texas really close to Cheesehead. Texas just cut a corner trying to make a dive. And now he's making the dive for P5. And he would get it. Well, Cheesehead tries to
Cheesehead's gonna get a run. Cheesehead has all the battery in the world. Cheesehead has 90% battery, while Texas has like 20. Yeah, this is gonna be easy money for him right here. Express on the back of Chase. Looks like it's gonna be a pass for Chase as well. For Express, I mean.
Maddie looks quick since getting on those tires.
Nice.
Oh, something's going on with Texas. He's just lost 2 spots, 1 corner.
He might be struggling. He sends it on Chase.
Oh, wants to take it back. He does not want to get stuck behind Chase.
Oh, Chase. Oh, he has a moment coming out of that corner. Oh, he's on those inners. I forgot, yeah. Oh, Cheesehead and Express going 2 wide through that double right-hander.
Chicane at this point. Secure the perks, overtakes visuals.
Yeah, Chase needs to get into the pits ASAP. And he's staying out. What is he doing?
Who was that just went in?
No one's winning at the moment. Dude, look at the mini-map. You see this stack of cars? This is crazy. All the way from, like, 5th down to...
Express is right on the rear wing.
We got 8 cars all stacked together.
Maddie does not seem to have the pace for Garvey.
Yeah, Maddie's pace is kind of stagnated, if not losing. Oh my gosh, he lost like a whole second in the last few moments.
Like hit a big moment. I'm gonna ride on board with Texas while he's watching. Oh, Express going for a move on Cheesehead. They're side by side.
Oh my
They
gosh!
touch.
Wonder if Texas is damaged. You probably shouldn't have damage. I wasn't too hard of a touch.
I'm only curious if Express has damage. He hit him pretty hard. There seems to be a Ferrari.
That's DK around at the triple right-hander.
Alpha, same thing. It's Chase. Chase is still struggling on those inners. I don't know why he's not on.
This battle's getting intense up here, though. These guys really want it.
From what I'm noticing, either Texas has less battery, which he probably does, or he's running less wings, or more wings, or both, because he just does not have the straight line speed to hold up with these guys.
Right.
Wing it, closing in on Maddie.
Say honestly, for this, I probably wouldn't have made a wet setup. I probably would have just kept my dry setup.
Really?
Yeah, I don't, at least nowadays, I don't mess up with my setups too much. Ooh, Harris is looking squirrely through the triple right-hander.
Express had a little bit of a moment. Chase has to be pitting on the wets now.
He needs to.
He is.
He is. Okay, thank goodness.
This has to be excruciating for Texas, closing up through the corners. Oh,
and he's around. He's on his own. I just switched to him right as he spun.
So did I, trying to watch what he's gonna do. Oh, how unfortunate.
I think it was on his own because the gaps weren't that tight.
It was on his own. Oh, and he cuts back almost collects Orlando.
Yeah, definitely gotta be careful, that's for sure. He probably made a noise, that's a signature Texas, like, yeah.
Exotic seems to be around the stadium. Or not the stadium, Grand Plaza. DK's struggling, man.
Right. I think he was saying he was not too thrilled about this. Oh, do we have a safety car? I think that's a safety car.
I was gonna say, I wonder what's going on with the. Is it for DK spinning? Garvey's in the pits.
It wouldn't just come out for a spin unless there's like debris from like maybe DK. Let's see if he comes in for. Yeah, DK doesn't have a wing. I think that was.
Maddie's in. Garvey's in.
Honestly, that just bailed out DK though. He was about to get lapped, and he's gonna stay on the lead lap with us.
Stays out. Wing is gonna assume the lead. Chewy's gonna assume P2.
Oh no, the DK just got lapped in the pits. This is not too good for him.
That's probably going to save Texas's race as well.
Right. Although he's still gonna lose some spots. But yeah, he'll be able to. Well, actually, no, he won't lose spots. He didn't damage his wing. He's just gonna be able to come back up. You're right. Let's see. We got Harris. We got Express getting a new wing.
So what I'm looking at right now is I'm seeing Garvey and Maddie 3 and 4. I know for a fact Maddie doesn't think he has the pace to pass Garvey. He's going to be making a dive into turn 1.
We got BBR Garvey, Maddie Robbo, Cheesehead, Perks, Harris, Express, and Deathstorm. Oh, and DK, all on new tires.
Will this give Perks a chance to serve his penalty?
Let me look at the pens. No. Because he's got 3. Bergie's the only one with 5.
I'm interested to see. I don't think there will be that big of a time difference between Wing It and Garvey's tires.
I'm looking at the position changes though, but we got Scholes. I know there's a lot of people in here for him. He's up 3 spots from his starting grid spot. Orlando up 11. It's pretty good for a pretty good outing for Orlando. From not qualifying.
Chase.
Oh, Pack's getting backed up or slowed down for something. What's going on here? Oh, it's Wing It. I think he's.
I think that's DK.
What's going on? Oh, that is DK. I think that maybe they got confused what was going on or something.
He might have been trying to let him by.
Right.
Game wouldn't allow that.
For DK though, I don't think it's not gonna let him pass around the safety car, which is very unfortunate. Be interesting to see. Obviously, let me look at the tires again here.
The oldest tires in the field are Wing
Yeah.
It, Warren,
Yeah, it's not gonna make much of a difference.
DK's out.
Yeah, he doesn't want to hinder everybody more than he has, I guess. Well, good luck to you next week, DK. Happy to see you racing. See, and if I'm the guys with 3 seconds, so definitely want to start getting some climbing up the field a bit if you're hoping for points. Like, especially Warren, he's definitely going to want to. And Dream, those two in particular, they're in Texas, I guess, kind of falls within this two. They're definitely going to want to get on with it and try to separate themselves to mitigate that 3 seconds I got. Or just hope others got it.
Wing It had pretty good pace. He was faster than Maddie, was catching up to him. I think Maddie's going to make a dive on Garvey, and they might have an incident looking at it. Because Garvey's going to be desperate to get back up because he doesn't know how close he can get to Wing It.
Right.
With the pace difference. We could be seeing some very spicy.
Can you check and see track warnings for Wing It and Garvey?
Warnings. It's race director, right? Let's see. I don't know if I'm allowed to go in race director.
Yeah, you should be able
to. For who?
Wing It and Garvey. I'm just kind of curious to see, like, since they're our main. Oh, and Chewy. Might as well check our top 3. So Wing It, Chewy, and Garvey. Just kind of see if they got.
Chewy has 1. And Chewy 1.
You might have one more lap around here, but I'm not entirely sure, just because the rest of the cars, like Bergie hasn't. Well, Bergie's basically back up there, but Exotic is still miles back.
So Chewy and Wing It have 1. I don't believe Garvey has any.
BK, who you talking about? Talking about Garvey or Chewy? I'm not too sure exactly who you're referring to there. Like I predicted, we're going around for another lap. Who's that in the pit? Secure? Because he's getting.
This will be the last lap. I don't think the safety car can stay out anymore.
It definitely won't stay out more.
Wing It's the current championship leader.
Oh, we got B. Schulz' father in the chat. Father Schulz. Supporting his son. Well, your son is up to P5, Mr. Schulz.
Wing It has won both of the races this season. You think he goes repeat?
Thank you, BK, for pointing that out. Love to know that we have a father-son bonding moment here in the chat. Contest speed, bringing together family.
How many wins in a row you reckon Wing It needs before he gets moved up to AM1?
I don't know. I think it also depends on just like his how much he's driving away from the rest of the field too as well. Because I think you can still like correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like even if you win a championship, even if you win a bunch of races, like if it's still like really competitive amongst like the rest of the field or whatever, I feel like maybe they wouldn't do it, but I'd love to see Wing It in AM1 though. I think he can do it. He's pretty good. Me and him Even last season, from my AM2 run, he challenged me a few times, especially at the very end of the season.
So we will be going green this time. I'm gonna be watching from Maddie's point of view. I want to see what the start looks like back here. Or I say back here like it is in 4th place, but it'll be interesting to see what the leaders do. If you're winging it, where do you go?
I think wait as long as possible so they don't have as much of a run.
He's off. The gap's too big for Maddie to make a move.
Yeah,
Not too big for Garvey if he wants to try to
much.
make a move on his teammate. He makes a dive.
What if there's team orders going on here? Probably not, but pretty early in the season.
Maddie's gonna follow him through.
Oh yeah, Maddie wants this.
Maddie's going after him. He knows this might be his only chance to pass Garvey. He's not gonna let it slip. Let him try. We have a yellow flag. Looks like Cheesehead's around. Unfortunately.
Do you know who he started next to?
Wingit's gonna slow down. I do not. Wing it with a mistake. Garvey lining up the run. Isn't quite close enough. Oh, he's going for it anyway.
He feinted it.
Back there.
Feinted the
Maddie's
dive.
right behind him. He knows how bad he wants it. We have Deathstorm around. Maddie's using up his ERS, trying to climb. We have a safety car. Is that a full or virtual?
I think that's just a that's a full. That's a full safety car.
Safety car's out on track.
Man, why is there another safety car out? Come on now.
Man, I was so hyped to see what was about to happen. I don't think Deathstorm has a front wing. I think he may need that.
Yeah, he might need some downforce. He might want that.
Who needs it?
Who needs downforce? Yeah, he does. Definitely does not have a wing. Cheesehead doesn't have a wing either. I want to check on some of the other cars and see if we got any end plates missing.
We were about to see something go down if that safety car didn't come out.
Right, it just prolongs the drama.
Be interesting to see what happens here, if any of these guys have learned anything from their attempts.
It gives Scholes another chance to go at it.
I'm gonna go see if anyone picked up any warnings.
I really want to see Scholes make it into like the top 3 or whatever, and have like a Sergio Perez moment with his father, that kind of thing.
Garvey picked up his first warning.
Chase up to 6 seconds. Chase is the only one with more than 3.
Only halfway through this race.
Well, that answers your question about earlier about tires lasting. They will definitely last with these safety cars. I really want to know what happened with Cheesehead.
I'm interested too.
I'll have to ask him after. I wonder if he and Texas were duking it out. I know in the past couple weeks they have been duking it out, so it'd be interesting to see afterwards what happened there.
I wonder if William will employ a similar strategy of coming off the turn 4, or not turn 4, I'm playing NASCAR, turning off the last turn and going, or if he's going to try to go a little earlier, wait as long as he can.
If I'm him, I'm waiting until like the beginning of the straight, just to catch as many people off guard as possible. Because he definitely wants to preserve his position into the first turn. He doesn't want to have people like Garvey or Maddie getting a dive on him. If it were dry conditions, if it were me and like I'd be going, like I would be letting the safety car go in, and if by the time you're here, I'll let you know. Right about where the safety car is at right now is probably where I'd go.
Really, that early?
Yeah, I mean, you probably could catch some people sleeping, and people probably aren't thinking about going at that specific point.
Going at snail's pace.
I've seen that happen, and another league race I've done, it was successful for that person. They were able to get some good time, especially I feel confident going around that final corner and whatnot, and getting a good run out of there.
Interesting, interesting. I might have to think about that for AM1 tomorrow.
Say pretty much, at least to me, the two main strats I would do is either just wait till the main straight and then go, or try to catch someone napping really far back before the line. Do we know DK asked about Chewie having damage. He does not appear to have damage, good sir.
Do we not have a Taz?
If we do, I don't really use it. It usually doesn't work, so I don't even try to make it work. But I don't have the link for it at this current time, so there's that too.
Has it been decided that the AM1 race we're going with the system tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put on ABS.
I don't blame you. You know, me and Electric particularly, we were pretty hyped about that decision. It's not the way I wanted the change to come, but I'll take it.
Oh no, man! I think it worked out.
Yeah, I think I think a lot of the guys for the most part will still be just as good for the most part. Like, especially like Obama and Darth Vader. I think, regardless of whether other people are having assists or not, they're still going to be up there. And like Vamu, because Vamu, yeah, get this. So in a different league, Electric and we were on softs at Japan, like fresh softs with like 3 or 4 laps to go, and I think Vamu was on mediums or something like that, and he still outpaced us with our assists and whatnot. Like, some of those people in AM1, they're another animal. So I think it'll still work out regardless for the guys that do run no assists.
It does not matter who's in the race. Bama's gonna win it.
Yeah, it really does not matter for Bama. Bama. He's gonna make it work regardless. BK says Cam and Electric AM1 favorites. No, not quite.
All right, let's see how this goes.
We're hopefuls, but not favorites.
Bad restart for Maddie.
Garvey's
about half a second back.
Schultz has a pretty good jump off the line. He might be able to pass Chewie in some upcoming corners. We'll have to see. I'm check with the
Garvey closing in on Wing It. Into the S's, he's right on his tail. Oh, Wing It goes wide there. Garvey's cutting down.
Making sure the rest of the field was clean. The rest of the field looks clean going through here.
Right down here through turn 10, Maddie's gonna have a little bit of a run on him, but Garvey's gonna have a run on Wing It. Not a huge one though. I don't think it's gonna be big enough of it.
Ooh, and that's Harris. He's out. Harris is out.
Maddie's trying to go around the outside.
Oh, and Texas got collected too. I'm not looking at it right now, but Texas got caught up in something.
Maddie with ERS and another. It's the second straight lap.
This is unbearable. I thought a safety car wasn't supposed to come out like right at the beginning of a restart like this.
Harris is out.
Oh man, that's frustrating. Having to wait around for another couple laps of safety car driving. This would like literally kill me. I could not put up with this.
Maddie and Garvey have to be foaming at the mouth to try to make a move on Wing It. At this point, every time they get close, they get shut down.
Right.
Wing It's loving these. He's getting his hold the lead, less time to defend.
Yeah, Wing It's mad chilling. He's chill with this for sure. Puts less pressure on him, less laps that he'll have to contend against them.
We'll probably go green round.
Oh, and Chewie into the pits. That'll promote. That's a very interesting decision. I feel like you'd be able to hang on those tires, but I guess he's
Enters?
not at. It shouldn't. I'm looking.
It's
No,
wets again.
he's putting on another set of wets. That's a very, in my
Interesting.
opinion, a throw. That is a throw, as far as
He
I'm
didn't
concerned.
repair anything. That's a little weird.
Yeah, like I said, that is a total throw right there, as far as I'm concerned, unless there's something that I'm missing. Pretty much the
Man,
entire field, though, in the middle and the mid pack has penalties, though, except for Orlando and Exotic.
I can't wait for this three-way crash. It's about to happen between Wingate, Garvey, and Maddie.
You
They've
think
having
there's
to
gonna
wait
be a
all this
three-way
time.
crash? You think there's gonna be a three-way crash?
I think Garvey is gonna need to make a move on Wingate into turn. I want to say turn like into turn 12. Garvey knows he needs to make a move on Wingate, or Maddie's going. Maddie knows he needs to make a move on Garvey, and Wingate knows he needs to defend from both of them.
BK,
They're gonna.
good.
It's gonna be very close.
BK asked about tire usage of that. I think it's just whatever standard thing. I mean, the wets should last like a while.
Especially with all these safety cars.
So their tires should not be hurting at all. Like it's just a really bizarre decision to pit. And like I said, unless there's something that I'm missing, I guess I'm not in his car. But we'll see if he's able to mitigate it. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But he's gonna have to get through the absolute melee that is happening at the back.
Wingate got a Wingate got a warning, so that's a second.
Got a warning. When did he get a warning?
Lap 16, I'm guessing, in the middle of that fight. So Wingate's on 2, Garvey's on 1, and Maddie is...
What about Scholes? Because Scholes might be a sleeper for this, honestly. He might be able to make something happen.
I don't think Maddie has one. You said look at Scholes?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I think depending on what happens at the front, Scholes could potentially, if he keeps up with them,
I don't believe he has one.
Because I think if Garvey, Wingate, Maddie, if they all battle enough, that keeps Scholes in play very well, and he might be able to make the moves.
Right now. He doesn't have the penalty, the guys in front of him do.
Right, so many of them. As long as he gains some spots, he's gonna get himself a pretty decent spot. BK calling the Scholes podium. I hope so. I really hope he does. I'd like to see him on the podium.
I don't think that's unlikely. I think if these guys in the top 3 are fighting as hard as they've been trying to before the safety cars keep coming out, right. I think there's a decent chance one of them goes around.
Yeah, something could easily happen, like the cold tires could come into play, like something. There's all sorts of variables that could easily propel Scholes up into the podium spots.
I think it'll be interesting to see how Wingate reacts to getting a second warning.
He definitely he's definitely gonna play it more conservatively. If I'm Wingate, I'm chilling. I'm just gonna have enough faith in my pace and whatnot to make that work. He doesn't necessarily need a win in terms of like championship, like
he doesn't.
Stuff. He's already got a couple wins under his belt. I want to look at points. So Wingate's sitting at 50 points, and his next nearest competitor has 23. So Wingate definitely doesn't need to throw it away. Right here.
He already has more wins than I did my championship season. I only got 1 win that year.
It was crazy last season. Ben, Electric, and I, we each had like 3 or 4 wins. I could have had another 1 or 2 though if it wasn't for some reserves punting me 2 races in a row.
So something to watch is Maddie's struggle with restarts these past 2 safety car starts. Let's see if he does anything different, tries to stay closer. Oh, like a little bit lag from Wingate.
There you go, Wingate's going. Garvey has got a was a little bit slow on there. Maddie, I think Maddie's totally gonna do something. Nah, he won't have it.
He's a little bit too far away.
Yeah, just a tad bit too far.
But he's there. The door opens up.
Oh, and Dream's right on Shoals.
Exotic is out.
Please no safety car. Oh, and Dream is around Shoals.
Oh, Winget's getting a little loose there with Garvey right on his tail. Garvey's trying to find a spot. It's not there.
He wanted
it's
it.
It's gonna cost him both some time. Here comes Maddie. Oh, he has a run. He's not gonna be close enough to do anything about it there. Got a little squirrely.
Yeah, he had to let up on that little kink. Oh, and Maddie went really deep through here. Yeah, very deep. And Winget got a really good exit. It was an awesome exit for Winget. And
Maddie's not using ERS yet. Now he is.
Oh no, Shoals. Come on, Shoals, stay up here.
He's falling. And judging by just the way he's diving into these corners, Maddie's desperate to get a run on Garvey.
Yeah, BK, let's not talk about the punting that you gave me.
Wow.
A couple seasons ago.
Garvey's closing the gap a little bit to Winget. He goes a little bit deep. You guys have roughly 5.5 tenths in between. Winget's holding his ground. Nice corner for Maddie as Garvey goes wide.
The back end of the field is looking pretty calm at the moment.
Maddie
and Cheesehead on Deathstorm. Oh, and Cheesehead and Deathstorm make contact, and that's going to cost Cheesehead a couple, maybe even 2 positions. Looks like secure the perks through.
Garvey's closing. He's starting to get the line figured out of what he needs to do to pass. Oh, he's got the run on him. But Winget got a nice exit.
Winget has so much battery.
Garvey
is burning. He is burning battery.
Desperate to get away from Maddie and desperate to pass Winget.
Maddie has pretty much has all of his battery too.
He's using it.
Oh yeah.
Close in.
Shoals is still staying within touch of Warren, but they've kind of lost touch from the main part of the pack. But Shoals, I think he depending on how the rest of this race goes, he could still find himself in the back and forth.
And these guys' lap times are getting lower and lower. Honestly, wouldn't be too surprised if we go to inners.
No, it's gonna stay wet the rest of the race. Believe me, it's how I entered it in. It was like wet, very wet, very wet. That's how I entered it in. It should not dry up.
Might be getting too wet for the wets. Oh man, these top 3 are on each other. Big exit for Maddie.
Oh, Maddie's gonna do it. Sector 3, red flag. Looks like we're still going. No one seems to be spun around. Maybe this. Oh, there's a. Oh, Shoals. No, Shoals got spun around or something. Something happened back there.
They're side by side coming out of 1. Maddie's got him.
Maddie's making.
Garvey's coming back though.
No, why did? Oh, I feel so bad for Shoals. I really want to know what happened. That's so disappointing.
Wonder what's gonna happen.
Either way, though, you know, if I'm Shoals, I would hope that he would not let this beat himself up too much about it, just because he still had a really good showing in the first part of this race.
You're watching this. Maddie has got past Garvey and is closing in on Winget, and he still has 95% of his battery.
Yeah, both of our top 2 are using their battery. Garvey is out. Garvey has completely burned his battery. Down to his absolute 0.
He's used up his stuff. So, We might have reached our safety car limit too.
Is that a thing in this?
I think so.
I don't think that is the thing, but I could be wrong. I don't know for sure. I just never heard of that.
Oh, Maddie almost spins it.
Oh, that gives Garvey a good run. Garvey's gonna make a
Oh,
move
Garvey's
down
going
here.
for it.
Oh my goodness! Oh, and that forces Maddie wide.
wide.
He's lucky that Maddie took it wide, or else Garvey might have gotten spun around like a little pendulum.
That was a bold place to make a move. He's gonna try it one more time, or he doesn't have to exit.
He doesn't have the battery either to do it. Man, the rest of our midfield though, they got penalties after penalties after
Perks
penalties.
is on the back bumper, Death Storm, or back rear wing, so he has a bad
Cheese
exit.
head past Chewy. Like I said, Chewy should not have thrown on the new tires. He was.
And Texas is trying to go around Chewy.
He taps Chewy at the head. Oh, B Shoals and Tin Man are gonna go too wide into the S's. Oh, Tin Man asserts himself.
Perks is on Death Storm once again. Let's see if he can have the exit this time to back it for the
I'm
final
watching a
point
couple
spot.
cars back.
He doesn't quite. He's not getting the exits he needs.
Chase might have a run on Orlando right here.
He does. He doesn't
No,
have the
Orlando
straight line
has
speed.
this. Yeah, Orlando's definitely got the straight line speed. She says we're gonna have a move on the security perks coming into this corner.
Yeah, he's gonna get
And
him.
he's got it done. Security
And
perks late in the break, so he's
Texas-
hanging it around the outside on Cheesehead.
Texas and Chewy going side by side.
Secure the perk sends it into the right into the stadium section.
Side by
Ooh.
side for 2 rows here, watching back to Chewy.
Who's gonna have the
Texas
better-
fight.
Who's gonna have the? Oh, and there goes
Oh!
Chewy comes in and he hits secure the perks.
Wow.
Oh man, Chewy
You'd
just sent
hate
it just
to
a little
see
bit
it.
too deep.
Chewy trying to defend and protect from Texas takes out Perks. Very unfortunate.
Very unfortunate. Closest battle on track. I think Chase might have it this time on Orlando. Orlando's straight line
Shoals.
speed that we saw earlier doesn't seem to be keeping up this time.
Shoals is coming back on Tin Man.
Chase has that move done.
Oh, Tin Man goes deep. Here comes Shoals. As Maddie closes the gap,
Oh.
he's coming.
Shoals had this last time. Yeah, not Shoals. Tim had it last time. Yeah, it's alright.
I think this battle between Maddie and Wing is going to come down to the last lap.
Watch it calling Wing an AM2 champ. I think that's very fair to say. I think based off these performances so far, it's looking quite likely electric. That's for sure.
Texas.
Oh, and B Schultz has a moment or something because secure the perks. Swings right on through. Aren't too many crazy battles on track anymore. We got closest battle we got is Texas and Dust Storm.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Maddie seems like he's driving too aggressively right now. He needs to calm down, back it up. He has the pace to catch Warren in the tires.
Oh, and Texas sends it right down the inside on Death Storm. And oh man, that was close. They were scraping rubber off of their sidewalls of their tires.
And it's interesting to see Orlando right now will be moved up to P6.
Really?
6 seconds, 2 seconds. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's not supposed to. I thought you mean like P4. Okay, my bad. Because yeah, those other guys got 3. But I think Warren, the way Warren's sitting right now, he's probably gonna end up P5, and that'll definitely be a really good turnaround for him. And he's been hopeful for this season to to make it to be up there at the top. But his first 2 races were not going quite as planned. But I think Warren's having his
Dude,
turnaround race.
Matty just had a fantastic Sector 1. He's less than half a second behind Wingit. He is there. If he can hold his
Battery's the
exits,
same between Wingit and Matty.
if he can hold the exits. Because right now, that's where Wingit's beating him. Deathstorm with 3-second time penalty.
That puts Deathstorm at 6 seconds.
Most interesting battle on track right now is the one for the lead. No one else seems to be too close.
Right.
Matty's getting a little loose there, trying to chase after Wingit. These two drivers giving it all they can, going for the win.
Ooh, and Matty had a better exit on that left-hand kink right there. We'll see what we got right here. Who gets the better exit out of this corner?
Pass on Chase. Chase is spun.
Oh, he's on the inside of that too. I guess some of these guys have to go a little wide. I come my. Oh man, and secure the press.
Oh, interesting.
Hold on, safety car. Did he get like a? No, he didn't get DSQ'd for staying still on track.
Interesting, man. This is gonna get fun.
Yeah, we're gonna have a 1-lap shootout. This is gonna be really interesting. Deathstorm comes into the pits here, probably to remove his penalties. I don't think it will because it's not a 5 seconds. Because for some reason the game won't give Deathstorm a 1-second penalty after his pit stop. Oh, he's getting a new wing. He's getting a new wing. That's what he's up to. Scholl's in as well.
And all of a sudden, this brings Garvey right back into the mix.
Right, it's going to give him a little bit of time to get his battery back up and get one more shot at the top.
Who do you think's the most... Do you think Wingit's the most mad at the safety car? Or do you think Matty is now that it brings Garvey back into it?
I honestly think Matty would be definitely more upset because Wingit was not being really put under pressure that much. Like, to be honest here, like the closest that Matty got, and that stint right there was probably like what, like 5/10 or something like that. At least
3 or 4 tenths a few times.
Well, I mean, at least for the most part though. I mean, he might have gotten there, but he wasn't like averaging that right there. Like Wingit's probably still like knowing that he has the pace and whatnot.
Now, one thing to note is Matty has not been good on these safety car restarts.
Oh, what? Electric said they don't get rid of the 5 seconds and really have to give someone a 1. I did not know that, but I still feel like you should be able to go in and like serve your penalty for however many seconds you got.
So we should be going green this next lap because I think you have to have a minimum of 2 laps. Oh, I thought Wingit was pitting.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a 3-lap shootout. Well, it depends on how fast the rest of the pack gets up there. They haven't even gotten up to the safety car yet.
They have a minimum of like laps remaining. I think it's 2. It might be 3. I guess it has to be 2 because they aren't going this lap. Orlando 20-second time penalty speeding under safety car.
BKE calling 2 laps. Is that what you're getting at? Who got a speeding penalty?
Orlando got a 20-second time penalty.
Oh my goodness, how did he do that?
Speeding under safety car.
Jeez. Well, I think that kind of puts his race in the garbage, but maybe he'll get lucky, and maybe the rest of the guys will have issues behind him.
See what happens here.
Yeah, Orlando is pretty much the main. Oh, dude, Tin Man is probably ecstatic right now. Tin Man is low key.
He's gonna be in a good spot if he doesn't crash.
Yeah, if Tin Man doesn't get trashed on this this upcoming lap by somebody, he's gonna be sitting pretty nice to get some points.
Who do you think's the most aggressive on this restart?
Matty. No, Matty. He's definitely gonna. I think Matty's. If he gets a good run, Matty's totally gonna try to make something happen.
Here we
'Cause
go.
he has to.
I think it's Garvey.
I would say Scholes would be able to just get some better positions, but I don't think they're gonna be able to get to the pack in time. And yeah, it's.
Texas getting
Oh,
a
and
time
Texas.
penalty.
So you got 9 seconds. That's good. Okay, that also kills Texas's race.
He'd appreciate this. He needs to get good.
Yeah, get good. Words from Saints.
Here we go. If I'm winging, I'm going early. Because you've gone late every time.
Big shooter, I honestly don't know. I don't think he will be able to get that removed. Just because that was totally something he did. It wasn't like he
He's
got
gone.
pushed off.
Wing it's gone. Secure the perks is out.
He retired?
Yeah. Less than half a second now. Garvey's back at like a second and a half. Wingate has to drive the best lap of his life, and he goes wide.
Yeah,
He goes wide, Matt. He's on him.
Garvey has to hope for a battle right here between these two drivers.
Man, Wingate has to drive so safely here, also defensively.
Yeah, because Wingate cannot get another penalty. Like, he has to be aggressive, but he can't. He can't flirt with the track limits too much.
Whoever gets the runoff of here is gonna have the advantage. Matty's had some struggles here on traction. Can he save it? Oh, he gets a little loose.
Oh, and Garvey! Here comes Garvey. Garvey down the inside of Matty into the hairpin. And I think Matty will probably have the better exit. Oh no, and Garvey kind of.
And that's gonna cost
there
both
goes
of
Matty.
them.
Like I said, Matty gives a better exit.
Scholes is out. But those two fighting might have just given the win.
Garvey coming with the toe. Oh, and he's sending it. I think these guys are just accepted that Wingett's gonna win this race. Oh, and Matty gets shoved. If I'm Matty, I'm heated. Oh,
he's gonna. I think he might send it to this next corner.
He is not. He's too far back to send it.
Oh, he is. He might have wing damage.
Is it?
He's losing a lot of time.
I'm gonna take a look. No, looking at his wing, I mean, it looks good unless it's like light green. I don't know. He should be fine. I mean, as far as
now, as long as Wingate can keep it clean to these last two corners, and he's doing his best here.
Oh, Tin Man needs to catch back up to the pack here, or else he's not going to be able to take advantage of these time penalties these guys got. He'll still be able to get.
Wingate will win. Garvey in second, Matty in third. Wait, is that last? No, I'm absolutely stupid. Lord. I was commentating like that was a one-lap shootout. Anyway,
we're on our final lap
Garvey.
here, the penultimate lap.
I'm not sure he has a straight line speed, or he definitely does not have the ERS.
Maybe Matty got like a warning somewhere. Maybe he's chilled out now, or
Oh, wait,
I don't know.
Wingate lost by half a second there.
Saint jumping the gun.
I definitely did. My first time commentating in like a year. Let's see, how much ERS does Wingate have? 60 something?
Oh yeah, Wingett's got in the bag. I honestly, doesn't matter what Garvey does right here, unless Wingett makes a mistake. Matty, though, he's dumping it all out now. He is trying to climb back up here before the hairpin. Yeah, he's mad. He is mad. He is coming with a fire up the field.
Garvey's going defensive.
Garvey defensive. This is going to give Matty a really good chance. Oh, nice contact! And I think that's game. That's game right there. I think that's our top three right there, unless something else happens.
Unless we get an Andy situation.
Don't even. What's not? What's not? What's not?
And can you imagine if Wingate got a penalty here?
Dude, oh my gosh, that would be tragic. That would be absolutely heartbreaking.
He can't take it too easy because Garvey's
He
right
can
there.
take it. He can take it easy. He's got the final quarter. All he has to do is just take it nice and easy.
And he's got it.
And that's our winner.
Wingate will
Garvey,
actually
Matty,
win.
Dream, Warren, Express, Bergie, Texas might lose it on pens. The Cheesehead. Yep. All right. So that puts Cheesehead in 7th. Bergen 8th, Texas 9th. Tin Man
Tin
gets his point. Orlando, Chase, and Deathstorm. That was crazy though. I was really hoping that someone would take it to Wing It, but I think Wing It's just a little too dominant. Warren Sleeper Driver of the Day. I think that might be a good call, BK. Because he did start. Secure the perks. Okay, that's not right. That's not right. Warren probably should have been Driver of the Day based off of grid slots. Deathstorm, it's alright. It was tough conditions. The midfield was crazy. Don't beat yourself up over it. That was an absolute melee from what I was able to see back there. So don't sweat it too much. Like you were saying at the beginning of the season, Deathstorm, this midfield's going to be strong. It's going to be a grind. It's going to be gritty. But Wing It extending his lead 3 races in a row. How many races in a row will Wing It win? Will he be a Max Verstappen? And will Garvey have anything to contend with him for the rest of the season? Garvey's going to have to get his form up or something. He's going to have to figure something out. Do some more grinding if he really wants that championship to take it to Wing It. Because Wing It is looking like he's the man.
I don't think anyone's going to beat Wing It this year.
So you don't think what?
I don't think anyone's beating Wing It for the championship.
And Wing It's fastest lap was 2/10 faster than Garvey. I'll try to get these fellas in here. See if I can get them into the booth. Wing It, Garvey, Maddie. Wing It, Garvey, Maddie. I need to see if Garvey's even on this list of friends. Maddie. I think it's BBR Garvey. Please tell me you got the CosComs account. You do not have the CosComs account. I'm gonna have to search you the old-fashioned way. Can you tell me his can you like read off BBR underscore? I think it's BBR underscore or something. Garvey. Wait, BBR all caps underscore A lowercase? Lowercase a? Is it a lowercase a? A Garvey. Am I not typing it right? Capital B, capital R, underscore, capital A, capital G, RV. Maddie won't be joining, so who was our fourth place driver? I think it was Dream. I'll invite Dream. If I even got him on here too, goodness, I need to figure out if he's even on here. Well, good race, Maddie. It was good to watch you drive. I will say that. Alright, I do got Dream. I'm gonna try to send Garvey here. Let me figure this out real quick. This should just take just a couple seconds. Oh, I see what I did wrong. I see what I did wrong. I didn't realize there was a second underscore in his name. That is my bad. BBR underscore A underscore Garvey. Yep, there he is. Boom. Hopefully we can get these fellas right in here, but I'll start off with you, Wing It, though, since you're already in here. That was a pretty dominant drive from you, Wing It. Looks like you're the championship favorite for sure, without a doubt now, solidifying yourself after 3 wins in a row. Tell us about the race. Good talk. Okay.
First safety car, and that ended up just helping me stay up and
Gotcha.
great ways to stay ahead.
Well, it was definitely a heck of a drive. You were looking pretty dominant. The guys, it looked like there was a few moments where guys could have maybe done something, but all in all, it was just doesn't seem like they had too much to throw at you. So that was a heck of a drive from you. Do I have Garvey in here?
Commentator's curse. I prematurely claimed your win, hitting the white flag.
Oh jeez.
That would have
Oh
been
no.
really funny.
That would have been. I'm glad I wasn't the butt end of that joke.
Izzy won.
But
Want to talk to Garvey first? Let's get this second.
Is this post stream?
Yeah, no. This is still stream. I just couldn't get Dream in here. I invited someone to invite, but so you're the next person. But
Oh, fun.
Garvey, you had a good race yourself. Um, you were looking like you were at some points possibly able to take it to wing it, but it just didn't seem like it was gonna happen at the end with Maddie battling you. But explain to us your race, good sir.
Yes, second week in a row that I've been. I think last week I was 6, 8 seconds ahead. It's about the same this week, and then screwed by the safety car. I keep making the wrong. The first 2 times I didn't pit, and this time I did pit. So keep doing the wrong thing when that comes out. I definitely have the pace to be up front, but Wing It did a hell of a job, and at the end, I mean, I think all of us were frustrated, and I didn't have the straight line speed, so kind of had to get a little reckless in the corners. I hate doing that, but I guess it had to be done. It was a good race. A little too much for the safety cars for my likings, but it is what it is, and it was fun. So congrats to Wing It. Another race, and maybe someday I'll get lucky and take a win.
Yeah, the safety cars definitely played a factor into the race. We had Saint and I just anticipating all the restarts to just see what you and Maddie would do, what you could possibly throw at Wing It. But yeah, Wing It just was just the man for the day. But we were very nervous, yeah. But like we were thinking there could be a pileup based on how you guys were battling it out at earlier points in the
Y'all were
race.
pretty close to getting into it.
Yeah.
Maddie desperately trying to pass you, and you desperately trying to pass Wing It. And
It was
every
close,
time-
but yeah, you just got to trust when you're up there. Those, you figure that they're good drivers, and you leave the space as much as you can, and you just got to trust the other people, I guess.
Right. Yes, and especially with the conditions the way they were, definitely wasn't
Yeah.
the easiest to make it all work. But good race to you, good sir. Hopefully, the people at the factory will be able to get something for you on the next one.
Yeah, I appreciate the race, guys, and thanks for jumping in and doing comms, and thanks to everybody else that raced.
Yes, sir. This was a fun time doing comms this week for you guys.
It
Wasn't too
was.
sure how it was gonna go, but it definitely went better than I expected. But on to you, Warren, since we couldn't get Maddie or Dream in here. You had some rough starts for the first 2 races, but this is looking to be your comeback race, and you might be able to find yourself near the top of the field or whatever from what it looks like for the rest of the season. Explain to us your race and how are you feeling about the rest of the season after today?
Well, I hope I can find a streak going. But qualifying and race pre-race, I knew I was not going to have the pace. At least I wasn't expecting the pace, and then qualifying was a struggle. I thought I'd gonna have a much better lap, and then qualified like P10. And then the strategy was just stay out for as long as possible. After the safety car came out, and we all jumped onto the wets because I knew if you make a pit stop, you're just going to keep getting stuck behind safety cars. So it was stay out as long as possible, and then it was hold off express at the end there just to keep the P5.
Well, it was good to see you back at the top of the field, Warren. Yeah, hopefully we'll be able to see you on an actual podium sometime, and not getting in the booth just because people not showing up. But it was definitely a good performance from you, and it was a good thing that the guys behind you didn't all had penalties. It was pretty much the entire midfield had a bunch of penalties, 3, 6 or so seconds. So good race for you, and yeah. Anything to cap it off, Saint?
Nothing. Just was a great race to watch. Entertaining watching these drivers struggle in the rain.
It was definitely very entertaining. This, I am your commentator for today, Cam Tizzle, along with Saint, and this has been Contest of Speed, Season 11, Round 3 at COTA. You guys have a good night. Tomorrow will be AM1 here at the same track at 9 p.m., so tune in for that, and you guys all have a good one. Have a great night. You have a good one.